My name is Guido Benelli, and I'd like to show you how I turn my RC car into a motion-sensitive light show just like you see here. So here we have the traxxas Slash, and that's the RC car there that you see on the right, and the body for it. It's kind of a clear shell that you can buy specifically for the traxxas Slash. Now, what I want to show you is the innards and kind of how that works. So we're just going to turn this over, and you'll notice that it's flickering a lot, and that's because the accelerometer is actually doing what it's supposed to do, which is measure acceleration. Now, I just turned it off. Right now, this is being powered with a 9-volt battery. There is another way in which you can power it directly from your receiver inside of your RC, which actually you'll notice right there that I do have. I just am not using it. So this is all being wired through the Dr.Duino Pioneer, and that's this guy here. If I can move this wire across. That's that guy. And it is using an Arduino Uno in the bottom there. Over here, what you see there is the MPU 6050. That's the actual accelerometer. That's this guy right here. And we've got some buttons that I used pretty extensively to be able to help me identify which axis was what during the debugging of this entire project. Back here we have the Bluetooth. It's actually Bluetooth low energy, so it's not really Bluetooth, it's BLE. And then I'm using some pretty standard off-the-shelf addressable LEDs, and they're really just hot glued all around the body. And believe it or not, even though these trucks, if you've never raced with them before, these things take a beating, and none of this stuff ever fell out. Well, in line, that fell off a bunch of times, which is why I ended up moving the power source over to the actual RC itself. So with that, let me show you what this actually looks like all lit up and doing its thing. So here we have the RC shell, and you'll notice that because there's no motion, it actually knows that, so it's just doing this kind of color changing mode. If I were to accelerate, the entire shell turns green. Decelerating, the entire shell turns red. And then if we go left, we go yellow, and right is blue. And that's a little harder to see because the motion stops right away, but you'll notice if I go back and forth like this, you get that yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So accelerating, decelerating, left, right. So I did end up taking it a little bit further, and I actually made a little kind of puck out of it, and I shrunk down the electronics. This plastic box was cut on my Inventables CNC machine, and it's running all the same code. So there you see we're going green, so that means we're accelerating, decelerating because we're red, and then spinning around the Z-axis or the yaw and getting your yellow and blue. You'll notice there's still some funkiness with the firmware, something I'm still kind of playing with. And this was meant to actually fit inside of another one of these RCs that I had gotten, the traxxas Haas. And what's interesting is that because this truck is so much lower than the traxxas Haas, which is significantly higher, it stands, a good, I know it's a little hard to see, it stands a few inches taller than this one here. And because of that, the acceleration profile of that RC car is different than it is for the traxxas Slash. So it doesn't quite work the same. So there's some bugs to get out, but overall this was a very cool project, and I hope that you learned a lot. If you're interested in making your own projects just like this one, then please visit us at drduino.com/rccar and learn more about the Pioneer series that you saw in this video. But if you're a more advanced user and want to get started or have been using the Arduino Uno or Nano series for a long time, you're going to love the Explorer, which is what you see right there on the right. You're going to be able to build all of these great projects right out of the box. So come visit us right now at drduino.com/rccar.